Today I'm going to share with you how my blog made me one of the top websites to follow in the world for macro photography. As I share with you today the tips and tricks on how to focus on your dreams and have them come true, I'm also going to explain how important a blog is for macro photographers. So there's two things probably going through your mind right now. And one is, why should I even have a blog? I don't have the time anyways. Why should I even bother? And another thing that you're saying is, it's going to take me years to get to where I want to be. And if you're having that mindset, turn it off, because that will hold you back. I want you to know though, because the blog works so wonderfully, it has brought me many clients. They would come upon my images because of my blog. I'm expressing to you what has worked for me, and I'm hoping that you will take this challenge and start to write about your work and share your images. Okay, so my mindset to accomplishing a big picture goal was to really focus on that one picture. I wanted you to search macro photography websites and for mine to be one of the top. So I did some research on how would I want to do that. My first baby goal was take baby steps. I knew by my own research what I had to do. First, it was about search engine. I had to write. Now, if you're contemplating saying that I don't have time, I barely have enough time to photograph, so how can I just do a blog, Janice? Well, let me tell you how I learned. First of all, I can't write. I have a really hard time telling my story and sharing information. So I'm going to give you this super duper tip. Go to this website right here, Otter. It's Otter Voice. It's absolutely free. You have your image in front of you and you just start telling stories about it through the voice, and it takes everything down super easy. And then once it's done, you copy it. I throw it into Grammarly, and then I figure it all out and get it going and throw it onto the blog, and it's done. So it takes me about 5 minutes to voice my written word. It takes me another 5 minutes to actually go through Grammarly. Takes me another 5 to 10 minutes to throw it on the blog. Seriously, it will take me no more than a half an hour. I used WordPress.com. It's free and it's easy to use. They have tons of tutorials on how to set your WordPress blog up. This is .com. Just so you know, there's 2 WordPresses out there. You get the WordPress.com, which is totally easy. And then there's a WordPress.org, which is a little bit more difficult. But once you get the feel of a blog and how to write up your work, I really believe that you should take it to the next level. Now, if you're interested and would like to see a video on how to make a WordPress.org, that means having a host and a whole bunch of other little things, then let me know down in the comments, yes or no. And if there's more yeses, I will make the video. Setting goals is important, so that's why I did the WordPress.com for 2 reasons. One, I didn't want to put a lot of money into something that maybe I was setting this goal and I really didn't even like it. It was a goal that I wanted to start, that I said I dreamed about, but I don't want to put money into it until I know there's something that maybe is worth it. So the WordPress.com was perfect. I suggest that you take your little goal set that you have and don't put a lot of money into things until you move up the ladder. Then, once I understood what I like to write, sharing my images, making sure all the metadata in the photographs were on that WordPress site so people can find me, I knew, okay, this is fun because I'm learning about my photography work. I'm sharing it with the world. I would share links to my site. I have a latest blog post up. It was a lot of fun. So when they wanted to search for a specific image, my images would come up because I made sure that that metadata was in the blog post. Another good reason why the blog posts or the blog itself was satisfactory for me and should be for you is because in the beginning you're just testing things out, and truthfully nobody's going to see anything that you write or see for at least 6 months, because the search engines can't find you yet. You have to keep putting information into your site so it knows, okay, this is a real website, not a spam website. This is content that's coming out regularly. So that's why blogs are really better than websites, because you're continually updating them. It's kind of like a log of how I photograph. But I will tell you, anytime you shoot for the high goals, there's always challenges with whatever you're trying to focus on. It's up to you to really think about it and say, I need help. How can I get help? Try not to always do everything on your own. Search around and see if you can find someone to help you, or maybe even barter. You know, my first website, I gave an image to someone that ended up making my website. So it was really perfect. What is really icing on the cake is when you actually begin to see things happening with your goal set. So when I started noticing that my blog was getting higher and higher, my website actually is what I was working for, was the website. The blog is what helped it move forward and upwards into the macro sector. And when you see a goal set that has happened and you're excited, you know, of course I'm not going to give up on it, because I'm here to help macro and landscape photographers. And now I'm doing what I love. And I hope that helps you understand. Please don't give up. And let me know also down in the comments, what do you strive for? It's time for you to do what you want to do. When you take the time, little bits of times, you'll be surprised on how much you really can accomplish with your photography life. I'm Janice Sullivan from Sullivan J Photography, and I help you get up close and personal with your camera. Look down below to see this awesome video that will get you motivated to move forward with your photography journey. Cheers!